All right, what's up, guys? This is today we're going to talk about the Sharknivco Waka primarily, but probably more so we're going to talk about the Sharknivco company and Edison, the owner, maker, the guy. That envelope came with this knife that was sent to me by the owner, Rex. And when Eddie goes live on Facebook, he always kind of starts off with, "What's up, guys?" So he kind of plays on that and writes it on the envelope of the packing. They also have their certificate of authenticity sealed inside with this wax seal. Just super cool. And his wife actually handwrites the card and everything. And she cringes every time somebody posts a picture of her card in the Facebook group. They have a huge Facebook group. I mean, I don't know if it's huge number-wise, but a very active Facebook group. So I kind of joked with her that I would show this in the video, but I'm not going to. I'm going to toss that over there to the side because Rex, the owner of this Waka, told me that, hey, don't open that because I don't know if this is a forever keeper and I might want to sell it at some point. No, do not hit me up. Do not try to get me in contact with him to buy it because it's not for sale. But he doesn't know if he's going to keep it forever and wanted the next owner to be able to open that card if they so chose. Yes and no, I am not trying to buy it from Rex myself either, although it does make a pretty good pair with my Ryu now, doesn't it? All right, so what comes with it is a, Pelican style case with a custom lid. These are nothing fancy. A lot of people use that same exact box. But it also comes with, oftentimes they'll have patches, a magnet, stickers. These came to me with another item that I got from them previously. I think I got those when I got my Nuck from them, my bottle opener, that they sent over for me to check out, which is cool. I did a video on it. I'll put a link down below. And they also have, again, going back to their Facebook group, they have a coin. Mine's number 12. I think there's 100 and something out there now, 125, 150 coins that you have to kind of earn by being active in their Facebook group. You can't just post once and say, "Hey, can I get a coin?" Like, it just doesn't work that way. So I think that is also super, super cool. All right, so you came for the knife. Here is my Ryu that I have owned for a couple of years now. I have been a big fan of the company and Eddie for a long time. Every time I go to the California Custom Knife Show, I hang out with him. That's kind of why I go oftentimes. Years ago, probably has it been that long? Yeah, like 5-ish years ago. I went to the California Custom Knife Show and then ended up going out to dinner with Edison, his brother, Victor, Walter Randolph, and a couple of other guys, makers. And it was super fun. We closed down the place and we just got to hang out and have a great time. So Edison and I have always kind of connected since then. And then I was finally able to get this Ryu of my own for my own collection. So we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. Let's talk about the Waka. The Waka is their current offering, the current model that they're making. They're not really making the Ryus at this point. Are they going to come back and make more later? Don't know. No idea. But this is the current offering that they have in lots of different variations. So let's just go through a couple of the specs. 4 3/8 closed, 7 3/4 overall, with a 3.3-inch blade. Runs on bearings, weighs in at about 3.8 ounces, and just an awesome carry. Front flipper, not my thing, but I am glad that they did not make it only a front flipper, because I would not necessarily want one without the thumb studs. It works awesome. It is so satisfying. It fits great in the hand. It just feels very comfortable. And as I've evolved away from a lot of the bigger overbuilt folders to carry on a daily basis, I still own them. And this is kind of a full-size knife, and this is more of a mid-size knife. I don't know that there's any hard and fast rules on size, but I would consider this more of a mid-size. This one is more of a full-size lightweight because it's crazy carbon fiber and weighs, less than, it's like 1.5 ounces and all that. But you get a 3.6-inch blade. So it is bigger, but lighter. Okay, so I've kind of evolved into some smaller knives. I'm not carrying big Medfords or hinderers anymore, like things like, I don't know. I've evolved. And speaking of evolving, so has Edison. So the Ryus back in the day, and this is just a plain Jane. These are both just plain Jane models. So that's a really great comparison. So I was super excited that Rex sent me this one to check out. So back in the day, Edison I don't know if he started with this model. He's made a bunch of models. I'm not even going to go there. We can go to their Facebook group, and they have a link where there's a bunch of the models that he's made over the years. Been making knives for a lot of years. These ones, anything before the Waka, is made by hand. I mean, they're all made by hand, but no CNC. This is all hand tooled. Like, it's really impressive to see the fit and the finish on something that is just literally handmade with hand tools. No CNC, no nothing. The fit and finish is amazing. It just is. And these are hard to get. I'm not going to lie. And the Wakas are equally hard to get because he's a one-man band. He makes everything himself, including all of the hardware, all of the screws, all of the pivots. Everything is made by Edison. Of course, they outsource the material. He's not making his own titanium. He's not making his own S35. This one is S35VN. I don't know what this one is. It's either S35, maybe CPM 154. It doesn't really matter. But he's evolved from the handmade to using a CNC. And when you get to work with the CNC, you can do a lot more of the chamfering. You can do a lot of this milling here in the backspacer. The pocket clip becomes a little bit more elegant. And most notably, maybe, is, to grab the light here, is the milling pockets inside of the scales. So there's a lot of evolution here with Eddie and the company. Not only is there evolution in the product, but just in their service. So I talk about their Facebook group, and this is what makes Edison one of the, I don't want to say best makers in the world, although, I mean, come on. Can you get much better than this? Like more beautiful? Like, and these are plain Janes. He has done a bunch of the exotic stuff, which I'm a fan of. Here's some exotic stuff here. Zirconium, damasteel, carbon fiber. Like, yeah. Edison has done things this fancy in this model. So it's not like he can't do that. So he is a great maker in my book. But his wife has really dove in the last several years with the Facebook group. She's super active. They are the most interactive of all makers, in my humble opinion. Now, there may be some other active makers. Well, there are other active makers. However, these are probably the most active. Their Facebook group is banging. Mariella, Eddie's husband, Eddie's wife, Eddie is her husband. She's posting daily. She is not only posting in her own Facebook group, but she follows a lot of us, and she's commenting on my posts in other groups. And not only when I'm posting a Sharknivco product. I could be posting that Damasteel Hellraiser, and she's going to comment on it. Like, that's another level for me. When the makers are not just making a product for themselves and for the product. She and Eddie are really building a community with the coins, with the hats, with the stickers, the magnets, the Nux, the bottle openers. Like, they coming out with different products. They have very cool sets. They'll use the bigger Pelican style case, and they'll put a knife and a matching Nuck in there as a set. They've got Hanks. They're just really open to the public making things also under their name, right? I mean, not to make a hat to clone their logo, but people in the group have made a hat and then sold them in the group for people with their logo. They don't care. They're good with that. They're just very humble people. They live in Florida. I'm drawing a blank on exactly where. But yeah, if you have not checked out their Facebook group, you're missing out. They are two of the most humble, genuine people that I have met in the knife making community, honestly. Not that there's, well, I'm sure there are jerk-offs. I won't name any names. And there are some great people as well. And I know a lot of them. This couple, Edison and Mariella, are among the best. There is the California Custom Knife Show coming February of 2023. I know Edison will be there. I believe his wife is coming this time as well, who I've never met in person. So I will probably be flying down to that show specifically to meet with them, to meet his wife, hang out with them. I often end up just hanging out at their table the whole time because he's just such a joy to talk to, with his stories, his totally open about his process in making the knives, how the bearings are, why the bearings are the way they are. Like, he's totally engineering nerd out when you talk to him. And I think it's awesome. We may try to get him on the EDC hour with Dirk and Alex. If you're not familiar with that channel, I don't know what to tell you. I've talked about it a bunch. But yeah, at some point we'll get them on there so they can talk to the masses about it and we can have kind of interactive discussion. Yeah, they're hard to get, guys. I'm sorry. That's just how it goes. The Waka is elusive. The Ryu is elusive. They come in some different sizes. There's a mini Ryu. There is a pocket Ryu, a production version that is maybe going to come out at some point, maybe not. That's a whole different story in and of itself. But yeah, do yourselves a favor. Check out their Facebook group. Check out their Instagram. I'll put links down below. It's just an amazing community, and you don't need to own one to be part of their community. That's how you get to own one, is become part of the community. They do lottos, they do drops, they do giveaways, all on the Facebook group. Like, they literally are giving away a Waka. Not right now, but they have. And you just sign up and you get a free knife. Or they do lottos, and they do specific lottos just for The coin holders get a lotto. The people that are the most active, the top 10 active people in their group for every month, they do a special giveaway for every couple of months. Like, they're just super interactive, and I think it's awesome. And yeah, Rex, thank you for loaning this one in. I have played with the Wakas at the show on and off, but yeah, Rex told me to hang on to this as long as I like and to use it, carry it, and whatnot. So that is what I intend to do. This one actually needs to go back to the factory because, well, not the factory, but to their little shop there in the backyard, I guess. Yeah, I stabbed it into a jerry can a few too many times, and it's got a little bit of blade play, and it's an older model, needs a little bit of TLC. So there you have it, guys. They're the same, but they are different. But they have evolved from handmade custom to handmade with some CNC work customs, very much like I have evolved from bigger knives to a little bit smaller knives. So I don't know. This is just a great pair. And Rex, if you're, I don't know. At some point I'm going to own a Waka. Whatever, we'll see. I already bought a couple things this month in January of 2023. And sometimes when I buy a knife, it's not cheap. So when I buy 2 in a month nowadays, it puts me back just a wee bit. Anyway, please go check out the Sharknivco Facebook group down below. I think I have a Sharknivco playlist. Maybe not, because I haven't done that many videos, but I'll put a link up here down below for other Sharknivco videos that I've done. Thanks a lot, guys.